Welcome back to the Cap Cave, everybody. Time for another Points of Articulation live stream. Joined this evening by my good friends, Mr. Dan Denny and Mr. Dino, Mr. Geek Strong. Dino,
Hey everyone.
Dan.
Good to see you guys.
I was told there would be pie. Is that still accurate?
All kinds
There
of
is
pie.
Captain Crunch cereal.
Oh, okay.
Captain Crunch cereal?
Nothing but the best here, man. Nothing but the best.
Wow. I
like
can
it.
honestly say I can't in my immediate memory recall the last time I had Captain Crunch.
Oh,
I can't either. I think it was a half hour ago.
Wow, really? I didn't
My
even know
son
they
loves
made-
Captain Crunch cereal, so I was in a rush and I needed. I was up pretty late last night working on this project we have, this homework challenge. So finishing the last, stitching a few items together and a little bit of glue, but I got it done and I'm pretty excited to show you guys.
I was still scrubbing the paint, trying to scrub the paint off my hand when I came down to turn the camera on.
I must have finally got most of it, but yeah,
How many
Well-
hours do you think you have on your challenge, Josh? You go. How many hours you think?
I mean, if you're counting print time
Yeah,
can, yeah, I mean, if you're talking that, probably about 4 or 5 days total, just
wow.
with everything, number of failed prints and everything else,
I was gonna say, you said you reprinted that, right? Didn't you?
multiple times. Yes.
More than
Really?
That,
Your OCD
everybody,
is kicking in.
this is why everybody sits here and they think like, ooh, like 3D printing, it's super easy. And like, I'm going to buy a 3D
Right.
printer and I'm just going to turn out all this stuff. No, you have to learn a lot of different technical things and it doesn't always go the way that you want it to. And sometimes it goes too fast and it won't stick to your build plate. It can be somewhat frustrating. So anybody who's ever interested in getting into 3D printing, just know that there are definitely some growing pains that go along with it.
Yeah, definitely. Cost.
How about you, Dan?
Man, so I think, when did I talk to you? So after the stream Sunday, I started cranking on it because I was out of town for work the week before.
We're talking about the project still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
No,
what
you-
I was plugging away at my project. Yes, that's
Okay.
Nothing else, I promise.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I was probably adding. I probably worked on it 4 hours that day, and then 2 every day this week, at least 2 to 3 every night. And I still not. I didn't. It was one of those. I don't like it. I really don't. It didn't.
Oh,
The image in my head did not come to be. Yeah, there's so I look at it and I'm like, I can see every little thing that I screwed up, and you know what I mean. I'm doing that to myself with this one, and
But that's fine. That's actually the whole process of everything is learning and figuring it out for the next time around.
No,
and
that's
showing us what you failed with. So we want to
that's
see your failures so we don't fail next time we try it.
That's no fun. I want to get it right the first time, and I want it to be easy to do. That's
Yeah.
Why is that so hard?
I am actually super excited. Mine come out really good. I'm actually pretty happy with mine. Considering I really want to thank you guys because I've learned a lot from both of you. Dan, I've learned from using this foam board stuff here, which I never knew about, and you guys showed me the way, and it's super easy to work with. Using like a wire brush to get like texture on it for like wood.
Mhm.
And so I've learned a lot just within the past few months with hanging out with you guys doing this. So thank you, and can't wait to show you what I did.
When you're ready to step up, I'll blow your mind with some of the really expensive stuff like Warbler and some of the other EVA foam.
Yeah. I like it because it's pretty inexpensive. I mean, this stuff right here was what, maybe $10, and it was actually bigger because I used some for the challenge.
Was it 10?
And I always save the scrap pieces. I'm a hoarder.
Oh yeah.
Anything extra.
Oh yeah.
Never know when you're gonna need it.
You can make all kinds of stuff out of that.
absolutely.
Friendly warning: if you do get a foam cutter, make sure you're in a well-ventilated area. You can use foam cutter on that; does make a good cut, but that stuff does emit some fumes when it burns, and
Yeah.
it'll mess
I
you up.
use the kitchen knife.
Yeah.
Same thing, right?
Well, as long
Did
as
you
you
heat it up?
heat it up.
No.
Did you-
I use a razor to get the edges, just a regular regular razor blade, and marked it how I wanted, and then I used an actual knife, and it actually kind of like slid down to just as long as it was like a pretty much straight cut.
There's some really inexpensive what do they call them, Dan? Just like heat knives or heat wire
foam cutters.
Foam cutters, yes, obviously.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
I did the same thing, man. I was looking
Yeah.
for. I was thinking hot knife, and it kept showing me like the stuff for woodworking.
What
And
about
then,
like what Vern was using when he cuts figures? Is
yeah,
that the same thing?
I think that is. I think that is a. So there's one. There's one that's like a. It's just a little. Wire. Like you said, it's just a wire. And then there's one that heats up, and it's actually got like an X-Acto knife on the end of it.
Mm.
And so that's for some of the heavier foam, the thicker, sturdier foam.
Yeah.
But
See,
like
Lefko says you can use an X-Acto knife, but that's if it's like a straight cut, though, right? If it's got curves and stuff like that, can you really do that?
Yeah.
Silver.
Like I saw Silver Scratch's thing. Vincent and Bob from the Black Hole. Was it the Diamond Select figures?
Yeah, it must be, huh? I can't wait for that. That'll be awesome.
It's gonna be sweet. Yeah.
I just subscribed to Silver Scratch, so I can't wait to check out some of his videos.
Let's run through the chat here really quick. Yes, so Silver Scratch, welcome. We appreciate you being here. Looking forward to seeing those Vincent and Bob's. Black Hole was one of those where I loved the character designs, but that movie sucked. Just straight up. Yes. Those characters looked awesome. I remember as a kid, I had a bunch of the toys, and I was like, "This is awesome." And then I watched the movie, and I was like, "Not so much."
Right. Well, now, did you watch it? Did you like rewatch it as an adult? Because I did that.
Dude, there's so many of those things that we watched as kids where like, this was awesome, and you go back and you try to watch it.
Yeah, because it's only Vincent and Bob that you kind of fall in love with, right?
Oh yeah.
Was that right after Star Wars?
It was right around that. That was like Disney's attempt to. It was like that and Tron, close to. I feel like they were right around the same time, and that was like, we're gonna get that Star Wars crowd. We're gonna get that Lucas Kenner money.
Yeah,
we want that.
They did
in our veins.
I tell you what, though, I got the DVD and I watched all the special features.
Is it good? Does it hold up?
I'll be honest, not the greatest movie at all, but and this goes along with our theme tonight. Well, not our theme of our show. I thought it was very fascinating because the one scene when they first walk into the station. Hopefully, there's no spoilers here for a 40-year-old movie, but when they first walked in to the station, right? There's that big scene with all the multi levels and people working and everything, and it's got the cast. That is actually like a big mural. They painted that.
Right. Yeah.
They painted that whole, and it reminded me of all the creative things, like what Vern is always talking about, and I think you guys have all mentioned it too. But when you're making that optical illusion, you're giving you the look of what you're expecting to see, and your brain kind of does the rest. And it's just so fascinating, some of the things that they did in the past, for the special effects. And I'm not talking like the wires, but just the visual things alone, just a few buttons and some lights underneath a keyboard, and you've got a computer panel, from the 70s.
And you could see the wires too when they're floating around. You see the actual strings holding the actors.
It's hard to like go back and watch that stuff, and like the fact that they didn't have computers the same way we did, like the things that they were able to accomplish without them, it is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, to do what they did, knowing it's all physical, tangible stuff, and it's I don't want to say optical illusions, but it's
practical effects.
Mirrors. Yeah.
I want to say hello to G-Force. Welcome, sir. Appreciate you being here. Our buddy Left Coast, no dancing girls, but if we get enough subscribers in here and I can get some crowdfunding going, I'm happy to take off my top for a couple bucks. We'll do that. No problem.
I'll open up an Only Dan's page.
And
Yeah.
Only Dan's. Only Dan's. I love it. I love it.
By the
chat
way, don't
is
look that up.
blowing up. Happy to see everybody here.
Yeah, for sure.
Vern may, in fact, still be painting his. We cannot confirm nor deny this.
Yeah. He's running in hot, right?
Yep. Want to say hi to Kat?
Hi, Kat.
Kat, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you being here.
Always, always. G-Force says he's
Good
going to
buddy
get a fun
Brandon.
kind of tangle.
Hey, Brandon.
Icebox Comics. Make sure you
Icebox.
follow Icebox Comics over on Whatnot. He does a lot of Whatnot sales, which are pretty good. Lots of good stuff being offered up all the time. Our buddy
Hopefully those are-
Steve-O.
Hey, Steve-O.
Cool kids cannot be said until you have arrived, Steve-O. So thank you for being here. We appreciate you, buddy. All right. So our homework assignments for this week was to come up with some method of transportation for a 6-inch scale figure. So that being said, would either one of you like to start off the festivities this evening?
Do you think Hasbro's watching our stream? Is that why they made a 6-inch vehicle for G.I. Joe? You think they're watching us?
They just like, we're going to show you how it's done, and we're going to do our own homework assignment. So maybe that's, you want to have a little interlude and talk about the HISS tank for a moment?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So $300 HISS tank, for those of you who aren't aware, just got released on Hasbro Pulse. It's a new HasLab offering. The cool thing about this $300 HISS tank is that it is 19 inches long. It features lights as well as a nice little nifty spotlight of a Cobra logo that goes in front of it. It does come with a driver, so it's not an unlockable goal. So kudos to the Joe team over at Hasbro for taking the feedback that everybody felt about the Rancor Keeper and what's the point of having a Rancor Keeper. I can't see a carded HISS tank figure selling without a HISS tank, so makes all the sense in the world to just make it your normal offering. And then
so is that figure carded?
That all the figures are carded according to what they had said. Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to be like their newer, I assume the plastic free packaging, the environmentally friendly packaging.
So that might be better in the long run because you could actually remove the figure without destroying the package. So it's kind of a good and bad thing at the same time.
I wish, look, it's a HasLab offering. Just make them slipcase or something like that to where you're not going to destroy the packaging. It seems like that would be a logical choice, or like a nice heavier, similar to, I don't know if you guys have the original Snake Eyes, the San Diego Comic-Con, that 01 figure or the 00 figure. I can't remember which one it is.
00.
Okay, that big box that it came with. If they offered something similar to that in terms of a nice bookend box or something where it was just a slipcase, I think that would be perfect for a HasLab offering.
Yeah.
So you get that. They also did an early bird where if they hit their $8,000 goals in terms of backers within before July 6th, then they're going to include a brand new HISS Technician. So this HISS tank actually features a back compartment that opens up, which has a nice nifty weapons rack, all kinds of stuff. And the box art for this new HISS Tactician is going to be designed by longtime Hasbro legend Ron Rudat. Ron Rudat, who did a bunch of Joe art in the past. I believe he worked on He-Man as well for some time, as well as a bunch of Hasbro WWF figures. So Ron Rudat, his legend precedes him, and that will be a nice little kick in. So if you get that 8,000, and last I checked, I haven't taken a look today, but they were well over 50% within the first few hours. Did they hit the goal?
So do you get it even if you say they hit that mark, but you don't come in until the last moment? Do you still get that item, or is it only for the first people that get it within the 8,000?
No, the way that I understood it is even if you join later on, you'll get the early bird figure, but it's not. Good. Yeah, but if you drop below the 8,000, I assume that they're going to take it away. So if people are out there just, buying 3 or 4 of them in hopes that they get that early bird and then they're going to cancel them later, probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
It's I think it's for anybody that orders it before July 6th. So there's still like 30.
So there is
30
going to be a cutoff.
Right. So you have to get it before July 6th and back it before then. After that, they still got 30 some days, but then you wouldn't get that early bird figure. Which honestly, I think the early bird was the way to go. I thought that was better than the you
Wow.
saw the side missiles. Like, come on, that was a little frustrating. That should have been part of the vehicle. Why would a side missiles be a goal? Something big like
Yeah.
a drone that comes out of it or another figure, but side missile.
Steve-O says they're almost up to 11,000 now.
Jeez. Not carded. Yeah, you got a lot of comments popping up on the chat about that. So the backers get to vote on the paint scheme for the tactician. Oh, I didn't see that. G4 says the backers get to vote on the paint scheme for the tactician figure.
Really?
I thought that was. I didn't think that it was the paint scheme, but I thought it was the card, like the style of the card art.
Oh,
like
the
color
card
of it.
art, yeah.
I thought that's what that was. I could
didn't
be
back
mistaken.
it. I'm not going to back it.
It's over 10,000.
Yeah.
Was it
10,891 current number. Thank you, Steve-O. We appreciate that.
Yep. And Rick asked if anybody backed it. I probably will.
I think
I
I
won't
probably
back it.
will.
I don't collect the 6-inch line for G.I. Joe, really. I absolutely love it. I love that it has lights and all that, but it just doesn't. It's not. That's one rabbit hole that it doesn't hold any nostalgic for me. Is that G.I. Joe line? I like the retro ones, the 3 3/4 style packaging. I like that because that's kind of my thing. But as far as the 6-inch line, I love the look of them, but none of the characters hit home to me, and that's kind of how I collect. It has to, touch the heartstrings.
And that's what I've always loved about this community is so many people have so many different, things that they collect, so many different niches, and I love it all, man. I love seeing stuff in your collection that I've either never seen before or a movie that I thought that I forgot all about, and then it jogs a memory. So,
right?
Yeah, man. Anybody out there who you think you got like a weird, this is something creepy. Let's not bring out the creepy stuff. But if you got some kind of weird little collection, share it. I love seeing that stuff.
Yeah, if Hasbro comes out with a full-size, life-size My Pet Monster, I'm all in.
All right, so Steve-O clarifying that G-Force is right. The backers get to vote on the color deco for the bonus figure.
That is freaking crazy, man. See, I know it's been said, but they knew how to do that. They knew how to get some people reeled in,
And the Ghostbuster people too with the proton pack and stuff. I know that didn't come with a wand and stuff like that, but what they're putting out there, and they actually made it so it's now you can hit the switch on the wand and it activates the proton pack.
I actually regret not getting the proton pack.
I would have 100% if I had the Razor Crest. At that time, I would have sold the Razor Crest, so I had the money to buy the proton pack because I would much rather have the proton pack.
I think that if it were one of those situations where I knew how the Rancor was going to go down, I would have just gone ahead and I had too much of a sour taste in my mouth when all of that was happening to just go ahead and back the proton pack, and I probably should have just done it because I don't have anything but regrets for not doing it now. So. Yeah, $300 when they hit me with the price tag and it's 19 inches, it doesn't feel all that big. And I know, Rick, you had made a comment the other day that you felt that thing could make it to retail at $99. I think in today's economy, I'd say more closer to $149 to $199, somewhere in that range. I think that's a little bit more realistic. But I'm with you in terms of I don't see it being a $300 value. So for me, I'm really curious to see what the unlocks are. That being said, the Hasbro G.I. Joe team has done enough in the past and with this offering to where I think we're going to get $300, at least $300 worth of value, if not more. They've done nothing to, not keep my trust at this point.
Yeah.
So $300. Yeah.
So it's like right now it's a $250 his tank and $50 worth of figures, easy, if not 100. Because they're going to be exclusive, so they're probably double the price.
And that's what I talked about when everything was going on with the Rancor, that I just didn't see the value, and everybody kept saying, well, no, the value is there. It just hits you different when it's, when you see it personally versus if it's something where you're on the outside looking in. So
What was it, 350 for the Rancor?
I thought it was
$399.
I don't know. At this
Yeah.
point, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've muted the word Rancor on Twitter, so
I wish I had the 3 3/4, the vintage collection style one.
yeah. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think that they could possibly do for the unlocks for it?
It's gonna have to be another figure. At least they gotta quit. They gotta quit that. The missile thing was just that should have
How
been
about sound? Sound.
Do you think that I mean, that feels like a little bit of a cop out, but maybe not.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, I'm a sucker for lights and sounds. That's why the Millennium Falcon, the Galaxy Adventure, whatever one that came out, I was all, once I heard the sounds, I'm like, I gotta get that.
Now, I think I said before with like the Galactus, when we were having Night Owls live streams and we were talking about Galactus at the time, there's no reason why you can't just throw a Bluetooth speaker in one of these toys nowadays, and like you can get all, like you can have a custom app for it, have all the sound effects you want, have all the music. I would prefer to start seeing companies go more that route as opposed to just simply having a sound card in it that you're pressing a button and getting.
I mean, Playmobil did it for Star Trek Enterprise, right? They have an app for theirs that turns it all on and things like that.
Really?
I know that they've done apps in the past where like they've had, you could take pictures and get like effects in the background, and that's all well and good, but like, yeah, put me a Bluetooth speaker in his tank, give me that ability, that might be fun.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I like apps. I like playing. If you can move it around, turn the lights on with an app. The only thing that gets me nervous with apps is because phones change every so many years, and sometimes apps are just like, who knows if they're going to still be around in 10 years.
Yeah.
So that might not work anymore.
That's a valid point. They announced 2 unlocks. One was side missiles. 2 was a different canopy and tree covers.
That's kind of cool, I guess,
I think that based on the fact that they did that Cobra takeover for the Sky Striker, I think it's probably appropriate that they'll do a Joe takeover for the Hiss tank and give you like some Joe stickers. I think that probably makes sense
so
also.
Get 2.
Yeah.
Gives you a reason to buy more than one. Yeah.
It would give you a reason.
And it is 100% geared towards scalpers and army builders. Yeah. Well, absolutely.
Interesting. Tread covers, I think, is what he's going for.
See, I kind of like the fact that they're going to do stuff like that instead of just doing more figures. Not that I'm going to buy it, but I think so many figures. I kind of like if you can customize it a little bit more than everybody has the same one.
I think we got to get one more figure, at least one more figure.
Got it.
I mean, that makes sense, but I mean, how many unlocks do you think it would be? 5?
No, they already. What I mean, total. If you count the early bird, then yes, it would be 5. But they're saying it's 4. They announced 4 unlocks. They put that on the table right up front, so there was no mystery about that.
Yeah, I never get a chance to watch the live stream. I've only seen photos.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. Again, it doesn't look huge. The stuff that they showed as far as the back compartment opening up, I thought that was pretty cool. Gave me Razor Crest vibes, with being able to see the weapon rack and all that. So all that stuff was pretty cool. We'll see, man. We'll see. I think I'll probably end up going in. More than likely, I'll do it before the 6th so I can make sure I get that extra figure. Because I think that worst case scenario, if you decide to sell that stuff off, that Ron Rudat figure, that technician will probably be one of those that goes for big money down the road.
He's got to have a co-pilot.
So who would you want to see? Co-pilot? Well, they've only got one seat in the HISS tank. Technician can go underneath. They didn't
They got the
have.
spot on top. Spot on
Did they
top.
have the turret on top?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe a gunner,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a HISS gunner. That'd be pretty
A
sweet.
Viper. I bet it'd be like some kind of different Viper. I mean,
G-Force has a good
I have
guess.
a hard time thinking that they'd do anything similar to like an army builder like that, like any type of Viper, unless it's a HISS specific Viper.
there was a
Duck
HISS Viper.
Mindbender.
The
Mindbender's
white
getting that
Chewbacca.
San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, if I'm not mistaken.
Chewbacca. Could be.
Speaking
Our
of
good
Chewbacca,
friend Brandon
didn't
wants
they?
to see Chewbacca. That means we've talked about G.I. Joe too long for his taste, it seems like.
That's what it is.
Speaking of Chewbacca, is the holiday figures starting to hit some places? Weren't we talking about that not too long ago? Was like the white Chewbacca?
The
I
white,
thought I
yeah.
saw somewhere somebody like found one of the figures from that wave.
I think that you are correct. I think it was the Scout Trooper with Grogu in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
The biker scout that had the holiday sweater with Grogu on it, and then he comes packed with a little Grogu. I think somebody found that. Iowa, maybe.
See, the only thing that's tough is we don't know which ones are where, because you know how like some places had Target, some had Walmart. So I don't know where to look. Is it Amazon? Are we looking at Best Buy?
Well, last time it was Best Buy, Amazon, Walmart, Target. One more.
Yeah, but the only one I want is Chewbacca. Well, the Yeti version of Chewbacca, right?
I'm going to need at least two of those. Hey, one thing, since we're on the subject of holiday figures, did you guys happen to see the Fuchsia's review of that test shot of the Naughty or Nice Pirate Santa?
No.
No,
That looks pretty sweet.
no.
Is
I'm
that
excited
line?
that I ordered some of those because it looks like they're doing those figures right.
Is that one that had it was like a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive with the Santa, like a robot Santa and a evil Santa?
Yeah, that line is
Yep.
super cool. I
Yeah,
don't
they
have
did a
any of those,
Krampus.
but I love those. Those are really cool.
And the Krampus, yeah.
You have a few Krampus, don't you, Josh?
I've got the Mythic Legions Krampus.
Yeah. Oh, so that's a different line, the one that you're
Yep.
talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
totally different. So I'm excited to see what that comes in at.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, Dino.
All right.
Let's see that homework, buddy.
All right. So what inspired me for my homework was I actually wanted, if I'm going to create something for a 6-inch figure or something to that scale, I want to create something that I'm going to want to display, something I've always wanted as a kid, something that you always wanted as a kid. Everybody in the chat wanted this. Can we see other people here? I don't want to just look at myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. I'm sorry.
It's kind of weird. I don't know
There
how you
we
guys do like a single live stream without anybody with you. But hands to you. So I wanted to create a figure for a He-Man figure. I mean, a vehicle for a He-Man figure that I have, which is Savage He-Man. I needed Savage He-Man to ride. You ready? Drum roll, please.
The Flintstone Mobile.
The Flintstone Mobile.
Holy smokes.
So I created this. So we have.
That
So-
thing
Wow.
looks great.
What's that?
That thing looks great.
Did you
Thank
use the
you.
foam? Did you use the foam for that?
Yeah. So the foam is for the wood, right? The foam is for the seats. This is cardboard. The base
Okay.
is cardboard. And these wheels actually spin. And the wheels are made out of, like when you go to like the automotive section and they have like wipes for your cars, a glass cleaner and things like that, or they have, disinfected wipes. These are the containers that hold it. So I just drilled holes in it, put a dowel through it, and I had to use a wedge of the foam to keep the dowel from moving. So I can actually take that out and take the wheel off, replace it, do whatever I want.
Might I make a suggestion for you on that in the future if you're looking for something similar to that?
Yes, please.
Pool noodles.
What is it?
Pool noodles.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Super cheap. You can get them at the dollar store, Five Below, places like that, and then you just cut them to the
Do they
length.
make them big ones?
You can probably find them.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think they're hard to paint though.
Are they?
You can't spray paint them because it'll dissolve it.
Okay. I've seen
And
my wife watches a ton of crafting videos, and like they're using pool noodles quite a bit. That thing looks phenomenal.
Yeah, dude, that is absolutely amazing.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And I did. Let me move the figures. So there is a hole on the bottom, so he can pedal.
Put his feet.
So he can pedal and move his feet.
He's even got the brake.
So if you watch the Flintstones actually has like two cars, right? One second it's a two-seater, and then when they go to the drive-in, there's a back seat all of a sudden. It's like, so I wanted to make it so it actually, the scale I had to use was the first items I got were the wheels, and then I just basically worked off of that. So I put the wheels together and try to get like how big I'd actually have to make it, and then from there I made the base, which is just basically like a cardboard underneath, and I made the base frame, and then everything just worked off of that and just cut out
even the canopy board.
I didn't take any photos or anything. And what's good about this is you can put all different types of figures in here, and put them any way you want, because the steering wheel is movable. So if you wanted to do a UK from the UK drivers, you can move the wheel over here, or I don't know, there's a Canada drive over there too. I don't know, but
hilarious.
Or if you have different size people, so.
Dino, I think that thing is like, that's a work of art, man. You don't even need figures on there. You could just leave that, sitting on a shelf, and it'd be perfect the way that it is. Even with your Funkos on it, it looks great.
Even the tears in the canopy, it's all spot on.
Yeah, the canopy at first I was going to use. Somebody sent me a package, and it had just like that paper padding inside. It was just regular like brown paper, almost like a paper bag, but a little bit thinner. And I cut it and had it for there, but then I was like, it's kind of a cheap way out. So then I got real fabric and cut it and paint it and put it on. But this is basically what I did last night, was making this, the frame here and painting it, and then I had to stitch all this on. This is, you can't really see, but I had to sew it on so it didn't move. But thank you.
Amazing.
You asked us earlier, so I posed the same question. How long did you spend on that?
Dude, like last Saturday, a good part of, I was like, I think it was like noontime or something like that, and I'm like, I got to do a couple videos. I wanted to do a couple toy reviews, and then I'm like, oh man, I got to work on this. And then it was like freaking 7 o'clock at night when I'm still working on this. So there's a lot of hours in on this bad boy, and a few hours during the week here and there after work. But it was worth it. I mean, I don't know where I'm gonna put it because it's pretty massive.
You got to immortalize that. That is,
and we got Dino in the back too. You see?
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
Is that one of those Hammond collections?
Yeah. Well, it's not Hammond collection, but it is. What happened to Gazoo? Do you remember Gazoo?
Yeah, I love the great Gazoo.
There he is. He went in the bag.
The great Gazoo, the little.
There he is.
Great Gazoo.
Love him.
Oh my god.
So we'll put him in the back seat, and there you go. So it can hold your Funkos, or it can hold your Savage He-Man.
I'm being honest with you. I would go with the Funkos. That looks perfect like that.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
Not too bad, right?
You didn't fit
Great
though.
job.
Yeah, you did the scaling really well.
It's actually a little too big, but
no,
I'll throw it away and I'll restart.
He's just right.
All right, let's run through the chat here. I want to say hi to Ways of the Sith. Appreciate you being here tonight, sir.
I saw G-Force mention, for those, if you do want to use a pool noodle, you can put a coating of it, acrylic paint or some Mod Podge probably want to use the matte, not the glossy, because it'll be easier to coat over.
That's a good idea, right?
That'll make it a little bit more paintable, but you still got to watch the ends of it, because if it gets into the non-coated part, and then the coated part is actually, I mean, I feel like it's hard to paint because you got to put a coat on it. It's a waxy covering, you know.
Yeah.
So you're kind of making streaks, and anyway, I've used it a few
That's
times.
a good idea. Yeah.
It takes like 20 coats of paint for me to get the way I want it. So.
All right. Well, let me do some research and I'll figure out what they do, and maybe we'll share that the next time we get together.
Yeah,
Did I
That's a
get
good thumbnail right here.
Yeah. Did I get any blood on me last night? No, I did not get any blood on me, though. It was an incredible time at AEW Blood and Guts
Oh, right.
and AEW Rampage. So phenomenal. If you're subscribed to the channel, I posted a couple videos earlier from where I was sitting fourth row. It was an unbelievable night. Great time. Absolutely phenomenal. Everybody loves them. Some Flintstone Mobile, Dino.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Gabba Dabba Dino.
I love that. Yeah.
Mod Podge
Yes,
acrylic prime seal the foam. You could spray it. Okay.
But again, I wouldn't have figured out how to do anything like this if it wasn't for learning from you guys. So thank you.
No, man, I appreciate you pushing so hard to have this. I think that having some homework every couple of weeks is a good way to keep the old mind sharp
I think so.
and
Be
avoid
creative,
that
yeah.
Alzheimer's from setting in. So we appreciate that.
Like,
But
great.
I said, I think the
Figure it
next
out.
challenge should be something with toothpicks or something simple.
Something simple.
Yes.
Make a stick figure with toothpicks.
I mean, Vern
Paper.
isn't here, so we can really just make it an all Vern challenge, and we can
Yeah.
take the week off since he
Yeah.
didn't show up this week. That'd be, I think, fair. So we'll see.
Like he still has 20 minutes.
He does, yes. So hopefully we'll see him. If not, we totally
He could-
understand. We've all been there. So
Absolutely.
Could come in hot.
glad you enjoyed those. Yes, the seats were phenomenal. All right, Dan, would you like me to go next, or would you like the honors?
No, I'll get it over with, man. I'll get it over with. All right, so this is probably the least proudful thing that I've done.
Oh, dude, nice.
Come on now.
Right? That is so awesome, man.
What's wrong with that? Dude,
I love it.
It's so off of what I wanted. I was gonna use a heat gun and curl the EVA foam and put some decals on it and make it look a lot better. And, yeah, I just
Dude, that looks really cool.
ran short on time.
Yeah.
But I did try to get it the best I could. I don't think it's not like Luke's, but maybe like the one that Mando in the first. I think it was the first episode of Mando, wasn't it?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had a Land Rover in there, land speeder.
I love it. So tell us a little bit of what you used.
My usuals:
What parts?
EVA foam board, the stuff that you had, like that green stuff, and cardboard.
So what? Yeah, what's what? So yeah, it's hard to tell what's what.
Well, that's
So what is the base of it?
So what's the face?
Yeah, like the yeah. So what's used cardboard? What's cardboard and what's
This is foam. This is foam board. For the windshield, I just used one of my figure cases.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Exactly.
God, I can't remember what these. I got these from work. It's a roll of some kind, maybe paper towels. I'm not sure. Maybe
Shotgun shells.
Maybe. The rest is like foam board, like the presentation kind of foam board that you get right here, and everything else is foam boarded cardboard.
I love it. I actually thought about making the land speeder too. That was one of my what I wanted. What did I want to create? And the land speeder was definitely one of my top choices. I love it.
All right, so everybody thinks that you did a phenomenal job on your land speeder. So you're obviously being more difficult on yourself. what I have to know is, do you feel that you're being more hard on yourself because you already have something like in a 6-inch scale that you can compare it to? You know what I'm saying? Like if Hasbro hadn't already made a 6-inch land speeder and yours was the only one that existed, would you be happy with it then?
I think I'd still see the flaws. I
Okay.
do. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Like it, by comparison, am I using that? No, no. I'm just because I had a vision. Remember, so I wanted it to look.
Gotcha.
You know, my translation of how this would look from the one that you would see in the stores, right? And then I started putting it together, and then I stepped because you never know what it's going to look like until you're done, and then you kind of step back, and as I'm starting to put the pieces together, I'm just like, oh man,
See,
this isn't.
I think it looks awesome, but I understand what you're saying because I've seen a lot of your work, and you were like, I mean, right down to the pebbles on the floor. I mean, the detail that you do. So I understand what you're saying. I think
Yeah.
if you painted that more of an animated style, I bet it would fit like with the droid animated figures. I bet that looks like it's that
Oh,
style.
Do a
You
okay.
know
little
what I
cell
mean?
shading to it.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
I could add that.
Just do a better job than Hasbro does of cell shading, because those animated X-Men figures are garbage. Sorry. What? What happened?
Oh, really? See, that's the
Forgot
line
what
I
show.
want. I want the animated X-Men ones.
I wouldn't go with those VHS
Really?
ones. Those do not look good, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you, everybody.
Awesome. Silver, Vern, Dino are your stop motion gurus. They will get you all done right. There will not be any stop motion on my channel, though.
I actually thought about doing like a stop motion for it, but I don't know how I would, you know,
Hey,
especially with
Barney,
Funko. Funko
get
don't
over
move too
here.
well.
I just want to hear you do your Fred Flintstone.
Yabba dabba do,
Hiya,
baby.
Bon. How you doing, buddy boy?
You do a good one. I can do Dino.
God, was it a yappy? Why was he a yappy dog?
Yeah, I know.
He should have been like a.
See, I've always Dino the dinosaur because that's my name, Dino. So I've always been known as like Dino the dinosaur. Actually, originally back in the day, I was gonna get like a tattoo of Dino the dinosaur with a dumbbell in his hand, lifting weights.
Ah, I love it.
I bet Rick could
Uh,
put you one together.
G-Force with some sage advice. The worst thing to do with anything you create is point out all flaws. 90% of the time, no one else will notice them. Man, I could not
Yeah,
agree with you more.
Yeah, you're probably
true,
right.
100%.
You have to remember, like, all of us, because we're like part of this scene and we're ingrained in it, we probably could point out a lot of flaws about anything. But like anybody else who's just wandering into our homes, they're not going to have the same trained eye that we are. So
Yeah.
yeah, enjoy it. All right,
Let's
I
see
will
this.
show off. Yeah, let's take a look at my homework. All right, so for this week's assignment,
Can you pull down the chat for a second so we can see a little bit more?
yeah. So I decided to go with the G.I. Joe Classified series
Oh, nice.
Night Landing
The night.
vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got this. This was a free model off of Thingiverse. So this, I scaled it up to get it within, this is about 9 inches tall. So I went with that for what I was considering to be within 6-inch scale. I think it turned out pretty good. This is my first attempt at printing this. As you can see, it's got some gaps on the side here, so I needed to add some more support. So wasn't exactly what I wanted to have the first time around. So I reprinted it, but I used the same filament. So what I'm going to show you is the same filament. I have since painted it. However, we do have a completed.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Wow. That is so awesome.
Oh man. Look at that. The rope and everything.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, so I put the
No.
rope on there. I painted just some butcher twine, and then I did some hot glue. So I might need to go back and like paint over top of the glue dots there, just to make those look a little bit better. But I'm happy with the way that the blue turned out. I think I got the color matched pretty good. It's kind of a low poly model, so it's not exactly perfect, but I think just sitting on the shelf like that, I think it'll serve the purpose that I'm looking for it to do. I
Yeah,
do
100.
have, uh, I'm working on getting some of the stickers, so a couple of Cobra logos and the 878, so I will put those on there once that's done. And I'm going to put a sticker on the back of the outboard motor like it was there originally. Uh, but I think it turned out pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. Now, does 3D print, would that float? Just out of curiosity.
Um, if I probably upped my the quality of the print, so you can, when you're doing 3D printing, if you think about like in terms of like graphic on a video game system or something, or your TV, if you shrink down your layer height, that means that you'll have more details visible throughout your print. Where if you expand it, then it starts to get more pixelated. So you lose definition as you expand your layer height. So if I shrunk it down real good, I might be able to get a airtight seal. I might have to increase the number of layers that I do as far as my walls are concerned. But for the most part, you can probably get it to where it's airtight. You
Hmm.
can. But that I would not say it'll float.
Because that'd be cool for figure photography. Like I said, I mean, doing some, dropping some rocks around it so you get some explosions, put some lighting effect inside of it.
Yeah.
I bet that would look amazing.
It is like
Absolutely.
yeah, it's spot on. Oh, the one from that Cobra Night Landing 2-pack, was it?
Dude, I want a proper night landing vehicle. Like that one should be super easy for them to make. I don't understand why we don't already have that. I want a trouble bubble. Give me my
Right?
trouble bubble, damn it.
Heck yes.
I have no idea what any of that is.
I wanted the vamp. I don't
Stop it.
understand why we didn't get that.
You don't remember the trouble bubble, Dino?
No, I don't think so.
Oh
The
man, that
little
was
tiny like one-seater jetpack almost with a little canopy on top of it. Oh,
it's just like
phenomenal.
one little gun. It's very
See, that's from the
very
3 3/4
stylish on
line,
the
right?
on
From
the
the
back, but
80s.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't collect any. I collected GI Joe in the 70s, the 12-inch ones, and after that, no, I didn't. I didn't even remember seeing GI Joe in the stores.
G4 says the claw. That's that robot suit that you could put the troopers in, right?
I
On Left
think
Coast.
so. That thing was awesome.
Yeah,
Again, there's absolutely no reason why they can't put that out there.
yeah.
I'm glad that
Mobat would
everybody
be
likes that.
huge, man. That would. What would the Mobat have to scale at? It'd have to be like the length of Galactus, wouldn't it?
But that's like the perfect one where they could classify that up. Like they're always talking like what classified is. They even reference that on the Hiss tank stream where they're like, oh, the tread covers on the Hiss tank, we classified that up. That would be like the perfect one where, I mean, back then we really didn't have like the mech influence like Robotech and stuff like that. GI Joes would have been perfect for that. I think they got around to that with like some of like the zombie vipers and things like that, and the Exo
Oh wow,
Warriors. I think they got there. Um,
forgot about those. Yeah,
but GI Joe would have been great for like the power lifter from Aliens or some type of
Oh yeah.
mech suit like that. I'd love to see a classified version of it. Be phenomenal.
Oh,
lots
that
of
would have been a good project too. Is making that the power loader from Alien.
uh,
That would have been super cool because they didn't
Yeah.
make anything like that for a 6-inch figure.
just those 4-inch ones and the
Because
figures.
you have
there.
Ripley, don't you, Dan?
The NECA.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Mobat was
that'd be
sweet.
awesome.
Couple of
Also,
them.
the ferret, yes, the ATV. That
The AT. Dang it! That's what we need, man. We need the ATV.
that was what
sidecar
I
dude.
first wanted to do before I settled on the night landing vehicle. And what I was going to do is I was going to grab that WWE there's a Big E with a quad racer, but after looking at it, it just wasn't enough to where I could take it and modify it into a ferret. But I want that ferret. Give me that ferret. Come on, Hasbro. I dare you, you cowards. Cowards.
Yeah. Well, that one probably would have only cost them like $75, so that would have been not HasLab worthy.
Yeah, I would agree.
Nice. Yeah.
Awesome. All right.
That-
Good stuff as far as the homework for this week.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah.
Great job, guys.
You guys rocked it.
Outstanding work. Hopefully everybody in the chat has been following along. If you are going to be playing along for next week, Dino wanted to go with something super easy. Have we settled on, what do you want to do? Paper airplanes or something?
How about we freestyle it?
We freestyle it? Okay.
Freestyle. Surprise. Do something that you want, that you're already working on. Finish it up.
Wrap
or
up a
something.
project.
I
Yeah.
like it.
Freestyle.
Dino, I could not have thought of a better project that we could do right now than to wrap up one of our projects. I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Did Jazz
Anything
Did
else you
anybody
want to
check?
cover?
Has anybody checked the hashtag POA challenge? Did anybody? I don't think anybody else participated, but just in case there's that one person that, like, maybe Vern sent in a photo or something.
Maybe Vert sent in a photo.
Vern, if
Let me
you're
take a look
watching,
here.
send in your photo.
So we got Vern's. Yeah, Vern's looks like he's the only one up there right now.
Oh, he did put one up.
Well, yeah. He did.
I haven't
He
seen
put up Agent Carter with the jetpack. So not exactly something he built, but it absolutely qualifies because we are not gatekeepers and we're going to accept anything Vern's willing to provide.
Yeah, I thought he was. I got the sense that's what he was going to try to create, anyways.
I got it.
Good
You
job,
want
man.
me to share it?
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely.
So you show it. All right.
GeForce, you're in. Awesome. Yeah, so absolutely. Anybody participate. Hashtag POA challenge 22. Oh, nice. That is cool.
There it is.
The flame effect, yeah.
Vern with the flame effects, man. That he always makes that stuff look so good.
It's so smooth.
Phenomenal.
There you go. Vern.
I finally got a chance to watch Multiverse of Madness. Excellent flick.
Loved it.
I actually, when I saw it in the theaters, I didn't like it as much. But when I watched it at home, I appreciated it a little bit more.
It's definitely got a lot of replayability.
Yeah.
Good flick.
Looks like that's it. That's all I got for the challenge.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Ways of the Sith,
Thanks,
yes. I think the dog definitely ate Vern's homework.
Sleeping tagged us with a photo of an AT-AT driver, but that was.
I think that was from the action figure photography one.
Oh, was it? Oh, that was an older one.
Yep. Yeah, Vern and Connor have been killing it with pics for sure.
Yeah, Connor's been like on Instagram.
Yep.
GeForce has some really good Instagram stuff going on too.
See, GeForce is sneaky because GeForce doesn't put out as much content as everybody else. But man, when GeForce puts out content, it's always good, solid content. High quality stuff, GeForce. Outstanding. If you guys aren't subscribed to GeForce channel, make sure you head on over there and do so.
Dean, you ready to watch the rest of season 4?
I am gonna definitely watch it tomorrow. I might watch some. I don't know if I want. See, I'm kind of slow at work, so I'm almost thinking about watching one. But it's really not a break room episode, right? It's more or less shut the lights down, put the big screen on, surround sound.
It's got to have your full attention.
Yeah, so I might have to just wait till I get home. But I'll watch both tomorrow.
Josh, you into it?
That's next Friday, right?
No,
Not
it's
this
tomorrow.
Friday.
Is tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on
First.
vacation, so that might happen. We will see.
What about the boys? Anybody watching the boys? I love the boys, so I think that's
No.
tomorrow also.
I have been working on this beast of a project behind me for the past few weeks, so I'm trying to I'm tearing everything down out of them and rebuilding them up, and I've moved everything. So if you can see, these two shelves behind me are now
Yeah.
going to be nothing but GI Joe classified. So full rebuild of the DTOFs has been underway, and I am almost done. So I'm hopeful that this weekend I will be able to shoot a new tour video. So should be exciting. And then hopefully once that's done, I can go back and watch the boys, because I have heard nothing but phenomenal stuff.
I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, I love it.
Which service is that one on?
Prime.
Amazon, right?
Yes.
Amazon Prime.
Is it Prime? Okay. I'm still because I don't have the Paramount Plus, so there's a lot of them that I would like to watch and I can't.
Ways of the Sith, and I've seen Stranger Things.
Yeah, so Ways of the Sith saying he's never watched Stranger Things. I'll say this: after watching the first half of this most recent season, I think we're in 4, right? Season 4.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So season 3 was a little like it felt like it was going on a little bit too long. But I think that ultimately they got me hooked back in with the first half of season 4. So I'm excited to see where we go to finish it up. The first 2 seasons were absolutely phenomenal in my book. So I hope that they're able to finish strong, because
If you like
they
the
got me back
Goonies
in the first half.
and that type of stuff, I feel that if you root for the kids, and it's a little bit even more so like kind of scary a bit, then you'll love it. I love horror. I just picked this up yesterday.
Yes, the Quarry.
Oh, the Quarry. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm dying to play that one.
Yeah,
I haven't even opened it yet. I haven't even turned my Xbox on in like a year, so the update's going to be like 7 hours, I bet.
So you might as well turn it on now and plan on it in about a week.
Yeah, I didn't want to eat up on my Wi-Fi right now.
Oh,
so Steve-O asking if the hiss will fit in the DTOF. 19 inches should hit probably at an angle, or if you're taking the front doors off, you shouldn't have a problem. That hiss tank should fit within a DTOF shelf.
Aren't they 14? 14 by what?
I think they're 18.
Is it 18?
I think it's 18. 17 or 18, so I think the diagonal will get you that 19.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah, I'm excited to see the second half of Stranger Things season 4. Should be good.
I've heard some things about it. I'm not going to spoil. I won't spoil anything about it, but I heard stuff. My son showed me some videos of where it could be leading, and I'm dying. I'm really curious to see if it's true. It did make a lot of sense, some of the stuff. So we can talk about it next stream.
And this was the end, right? There's no more after.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to make another season, but this is the last 2 for this whole schmeal.
I think they technically can't use the kids because they're collecting retirement at this point.
I'd still watch it with their walkers. I'd still watch it.
Yeah. That would be funny. They're like in a retirement home and 11 has to come back.
Yeah, right. She's the only one that looks the same. Everybody else is old. Right?
Poor Mike.
But it says, so I got a couple things here that say 14 and then some of them that say 16.
Okay.
And is there a different size DTOF?
No, it should be the same size.
That's what I thought too. Yeah, apparently nobody. Yeah, this is weird. Like there's literally like 3 or 4 different sources that are saying different things. And one of them's the IKEA page. And it says with 14 and then 16. So I don't know.
18 3/4. So
okay.
Snug.
Then just snug. Right on, right? Wonder if they planned that.
We'll see. So 18 3/4 diagonally. So yeah, it sounds like you'd have to have, if you do your DTOFs without the the front doors, you should be in good shape. Rolando, thank you for joining us.
Rolando.
We're actually just getting ready to wrap it up. We appreciate you stopping by, sir. Thank you. Rolando, check out the Flintstone Mobile. Go back and watch the stream. We got a G.I. Joe Night Landing Classified series, and we have an outstanding land speeder, despite what Dan Denny might tell you. So, all right, fellas. Any last words?
Just have a safe and happy 4th of July, everyone.
Yes, everyone.
Absolutely.
And also have a yabba dabba do time.
Oh, a dabba do time. We'll have a gay old time because
Have
it's
a gay
still
old
Pride
time.
Month, everybody. So, good times. Geek Strong, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Thank you so much for stopping by the Points of Articulation live stream. We greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care and stay crafting.